Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm sorry I'm late. I was just taking the clothes out of the dryer. Oh, anyway, I didn't realize it was 10 o'clock. But anyway, good morning. If you are here, do pop on and say hi. Put a little message there. Well, we'll get right started here. Okay, so today's going to be fun. I got three things I'm going to show you. So let me bring this over and show you the card that I posted on my newsletter. This is a sympathy card. This was something that I saw. Well, actually, my friend Linda sent it to me, but then it was from Kim DeVito, demonstrator Kim DeVito. I don't know this person at all, but I love this design, and so I decided to copy it and share it with you. So it's very easy. I love, 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 love this template. It can be used for anything, but I did have a couple of people say they needed sympathy cards, so I decided to copy hers almost exactly and come up with a sympathy card. Hey Jan, good morning. Good morning, good morning from Canada. Thank you for popping on. Where's Beth? Is Beth around today? It's wicked cold here in Massachusetts. It probably is cold in your neck of the woods. Anyway, this is the stamp set that I used, Hearts of Elegance, and Steph let me borrow this. Mine is in the mail. After I saw a number of designs using this, not only for Valentine's Day, but for weddings and just sweet cards, I decided I have to have this. So this is a great set, Hearts of Elegance. And these dies, look at these dies. Hey, Colleen, thank you for popping on this morning with me. I hope you're well. And are you in Massachusetts or traveling all over the country? Who knows? Anyway, these dies that match the Hearts of Elegance stamp set, you get 10 of them. They're all hearts, but look at how beautiful these are. Let me put it the right way. Hey, Deb, good morning. Thank you for popping on. That's great that you could join us this morning from Blackstone. Thank you very much. So there are 10 of them. There are 4 here, and then there are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and number 10 is the one that I used actually for this card. And I'm just going to show you. But this is a great bundle. I love it. And thank you again very much for Steph for letting me borrow this. Getting over head cold. Oh, that's fun. Babysitting for little Addie. That's great, Colleen. That's great. That's what more fun could you have? So anyway, let me just take this aside, pull it over here. And let me bring in all of the things that we need for this card base, for the card and for the base. So the first thing that I did was I took a piece of basic white cardstock, 5 1/4 by 4, and I ran it through with using this heart, and I put it right here just like this, and I ran it through, cut that out. Now these hearts, don't throw these out. I'm going to maybe next week I will have a wedding card that I'm going to came over from YouTube. Thank you, Jan. Was YouTube not working this morning? Please tell me it was working. Oh, anyway. Hey, Barbara Stratton from Maine. Thank you very much. Wow, I'm getting a lot of people this morning. This is great. I'm still looking for Kitty. Where Kitty? You should be on here somewhere. Hopefully you'll be able to pop me a message. Kitty's one of my newer friends and newer demonstrators, and we got her all set up yesterday, so hopefully she'll be able to connect with us. Anyway, so don't throw this away. This has got a lot of use yet. And as I said, I think I'm going to make a wedding card next week. But anyway, that's how that comes out. And then I decided also that I wanted to have a little bit of texture to this paper. So I think you can see that I ran it through the Subtles embossing folder. And it is very subtle, but I wanted that. I wanted that look. All right, so then the next thing I did was I took a piece of designer paper. Now this is a sympathy card, and I decided to use something that was subtle and serene and peaceful. And this is from, oh gosh, I forget the name of this set. I might have it here. But it doesn't really matter what you use, because you can use anything that you think is pretty. And what you do need is a square that is 3 1/4 inches square. So that's how that's going to look. Hey, Barbara McDuffie. Oh, of course you've got the same head cold as Colleen. It's that family thing. But anyway, I also wanted to show you a couple of other pieces. Now, this is a piece of designer paper that I had from, I think it was one of the tea sets that we had. But look at how pretty that would be. Wouldn't that be pretty as a background? And also, one of my absolute favorites, perennial lavenders. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Wouldn't that be pretty? So the possibilities are endless. But anyway, let's just start with this one. All right, so the next thing that what you need to do is you need to take your base card. Of course, it's 8.5 by 5.5. It's scored at 4 1/4, and you give it a nice burnish with your bone folder. But the next thing that you need to do is you want to make sure that this is going to be centered east, west, north, south. So what I did was I simply took a pencil, and I brought this in. I brought my designer paper in first, put my designer paper here, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball that, but I'm going to lay this on top to make sure that I have this absolutely covered correctly. Now I don't, because there's a space right here, so this means I have to move my designer paper over a little tiny bit. So let's get that over a little bit more like this, and let me, whoops! And let me just see if this is right. Yeah, this is going to be right. And it's okay all the way around. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift the template off. I'm going to take my pencil, and I'm going to mark a little mark here, like this, and a little mark over here, just so I know where that has to go, okay? So I'm going to put it right there. Perfect. And then what I shall do is take my adhesive and my... Now, a minute ago, I had my, oh, it's right here. You should see my desk. It's a mess. This is a huge mess this morning. Don't even ask me why, but it is. All right, so now I'm going to take my adhesive. I'm going to put some adhesive on all 4 corners. Perfect. And then I'm going to bring my paper back in, my base back in, and I'm going to put it on. And the important thing is you want to make sure you get this corner right here, because you know that that is going to allow you to make sure that that whole thing is covered nicely. So there's that, and then I'm going to bring this on. Perfect. All right, so now what I need to do is I'm going to take some adhesive sheets. We love these strips. We love these, and you're going to put it on the back of this, because you really need to make sure that this is going to be, give it just that little bit of lift that you need. Now I am going to put a piece here, and I'm going to, with my little snipperinis, I'm just going to snip this off. Head colds are nasty. I hate head colds. All right, so this is going to go here. I'm going to take another one. We have longer strips too, but this is just a package that I had opened already, so why not use it, right? Get that on and just trim this out. How far away does Beth live from you, Jan? Just curious. Maybe the same town? Okay, so there's that. And then one more. I could have, like I said, I could have used the longer strips. I have plenty of those. I think this was from a paper pumpkin kit. Extras of these. So why not use it? You know what I'm saying? All right, so here we go. Done. Now, you know, I could have had a lot of this done, but it's a cold morning out there. I do have to go to Target, although I'm not really looking forward to that, because you know how I am about getting out and being involved with crowds. But anyway, all right, so let's peel this off. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Across the country. Oh, way across the country, like miles and miles. I understand that, because when my kids were so far away, it was hard. I don't like it. But now I only have one far away. He's in Tucson with his family, and we talk on Facebook a lot, so that's a good thing. All right, so now let me bring this in, and I'm actually going to pick it up in my fingers, because even though I've got that sticky all around, I want to make sure that I get it correct. East, west, north, south. And to me, this looks pretty good. So I'm going to press this down like that. Perfect. See, and it gives it that pop-up dimension that you want. It's kind of like a shadow box. I think it's really beautiful. And I think that scenery is beautiful. This kind of reminds me of the fall. And you know what? I intentionally did use the dark colors, the fall colors, but you can use whatever designer paper you have for this. It doesn't matter. Okay, so now the next thing I did was I took the message with heartfelt sympathy from Inspired Thoughts right here. I love this set. It's great, great, great words in here. So I did that. I already stamped with Heartfelt Sympathy on it, and I punched it out with our dual punch, the oval, plain oval, and then the oval with the scalloped edges. And I used pecan pie because pecan pie is one of the dominant colors in that DSP. So I did that, and then what I did was took some adhesive and put it on the back of this. You gotta love your silicone pad. I went, as I told you last week, I went to a scrapbooking crop, and a lot of women didn't even know what the silicone pad was, so I was able to introduce them to the silicone pad, and they loved it. Okay, so now the next thing is I took a piece of fence from, oh, you know what, I don't even know where it's from, country something. But anyway, this comes, it's a longer piece. Let me just show you what the die looks like. I should have this out here. It's retired, but you could, not across the country. She lives on the east side of British Columbia, and I live on the ocean side, on the west side of British Columbia. Oh, that's not too far then. That's nice. Okay, so I took this, but I'm only using 5 slots, so I've just cut this in half, so I have another piece for another card. How appropriate is that? And then I took Thoughtful Wishes and punched out these hearts, these little flowers, and then the green grass came from somebody else. I don't know where it came from. Anyway, it really doesn't matter. You can use whatever you have. But what I did decide to do was to take my old olive ink and my dauber. Let me move my card out of the way. And I just wanted to give the grass a little bit of extra dimension, just a little bit of darkness on the edges, a little bit, not all of it, but you know, a little bit here and there. However your eye decides, it just gives it a little bit of extra contrast. Okay, that looks good to me. And then with the flowers, now this paper is retired. This was So Saffron paper, but I liked it. And what I did was I took the So Saffron paper, but then I took the crushed curry with my dauber, and I'm going to daub these little flowers just to give them a little bit of extra color. Just daubing it, it doesn't have to be the whole thing. I want a little bit of contrast there. That looks good to me. All right. Then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring back my base, and I'm going to bring back my gate, and I am going to trim off these little slots here because that's kind of silly that I would have them there. I want it to look like a gate and not a broken gate. All right, and then I'm going to take my Tombow glue, and I'm going to add some glue to these slats, just a little bit. There we go, like this. There we go. Okay, so there's that. And then I'm going to put it down here, right on this, just like that. Perfect. And then I'm going to let that dry for a second. And then I'm going to take my Winky, because you know how I feel about Winky, and I'm going to use the Winky for both the flowers and the grass, because I'm going to make it shine like it's, oh, I'm going to cut that little stem off. There's no flower on that, so we don't need that. But let's just get this on like this, like that, and here. Okay, like that. Perfect. Just enough. All right, now let me just trim this little knot. I didn't realize, because this stem actually is a much larger, longer, taller stem from that die, and I only needed half of it, so I was able to get 2 cards out of 1. All right, now let me bring this back in, and the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my flowers on. So I'm just going to add a little bit of Tombow. I could have used the Sizzix glue for this, but this was fine. This was totally fine. You know, just a little bit of glue right there. Okay, now I'm going to put this on like this. Perfect. Then I'm going to bring my grass in. I'm going to do the same thing, just a little bit here and there. I am going to make sure I have glue all the way to the edge on the length of it. I don't necessarily have to have it on every piece of grass frond like that. Okay, so then I'm going to put this in right here, like that. Tap that down. Put my cover back on because we don't want this oozing out. You know how that would be for a mess. All right, now the next thing and the last thing that well, not almost the last thing. The inside I already went ahead and stamped. I love this message. Sheltering you with love at a time when words fall short. I think that is a beautiful message, especially, you know, when you have a situation where it's been a terrible death and you just don't know what to say. So the nicest thing is to say, I don't know what to say, but I'm just sheltering you with love. And then I'm going to take one of these. I absolutely love these flat matte gold. We both have doves, dragonflies, and we have, what's the other one we have? Oh, and butterflies. But I'm going to use the dragonfly just because I can, and I'm going to put it right here at the top, like that. Isn't that pretty? Doesn't that just give it just a little bit of elegance? And there is that. So let me bring that over. Now, oh, you know what? Oh, I'm so sorry. What I forgot to tell you was when you're using your DSP, because you know me, I like to be resourceful. Here's a piece of DSP, a 6x6. So what I did first was I cut it to 2 1/4 inches so I would have the envelope flap, which is right here. And then I went ahead and cut my 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 inch square for the cutout. Okay, so there's that. So now this is for my envelope flap. So allow me to bring this back in and put some adhesive on here because we need to have it look pretty. And I think it's a really pretty, this is just beautiful paper. And I do want to make sure that I have it the right way, and this is the right way. I suppose it really doesn't matter on this because it's all clouds. It's the top of the clouds and sunset images. And then you're just going to trim it out. How easy is this? And it's just a beautiful image. And then I have one extra piece of paper left. And what I thought was, because I love color and it's subtle, see, isn't that pretty? That's beautiful. Okay, so here is the extra piece of paper that came from the very, very top of that DSP. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to put that piece right in there on the bottom. So we'll add some adhesive to that. I don't have to go all the way to the end because I know this is a piece 6 inches long and this is only 5 1/2. I mean a 4 1/4. So let's put this in at the bottom, just like that. And then trim that out. There we go. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that a beautiful card? I just think it's really, really beautiful. Okay, so there's the first one for next week. All right, now what I think we'll do is we're going to do this one. Here is my Valentine card, one of my Valentine cards. And what I want to do first, let me go get my, let me reach over and get my scorer. I don't know if you can see those score marks right there, but let me just show you how we're going to do that. What did I do with it? It's, okay, I got it. I'm coming. Sometimes I wish I had a scorer that was a little bit smaller, although that's not practical. All right, so let me bring my scorer in. And I'm going to show you how I did this. So I took a piece of basic white cardstock, and this was cut with the perennial postage dies, which I absolutely love. It's a nesting set of dies, which is so pretty. I just love it. Now, if you look on my card, on the right-hand side, I have these score lines, but they are the concave effect. So in order to get it like that, what you need to do is you take your piece of basic white, and hi, Leslie, okay, and you turn it over. And this is going to be the right-hand side, so that's where you want to put your score lines. So let me bring this down so you can see, all right? And I'm going to use this, and it doesn't matter where you start, but you probably want to start it right close to the edge. So there's one, and then I'm going to come in 1/4 inch, and I'm going to do it again, but this time I'm going to bring it down a little bit further. And then this one is going to come down just a little bit further. I just eyeballed it like that. Okay, see that? Perfect. No fussiness. You do it however you like. All right, so let me get this out of the way. We don't need this anymore. All right, now let me bring in the rest of the stuff I need here. I have my base, and I have my 3 little postage stamp red in real red. And I have hearts. This was from the Meant to Be Heart collection. And I just dropped one. What did I do with it? Here it is. Okay, there we go. So, next thing I shall do is take this and adhere it to this. So we'll add a little bit of adhesive here. Well, I say a little bit. You know me. I love the score idea. Me too. It's kind of a fun little thing. It just adds a little bit of interest and detail to your card. And you can do it either the concave or the convex way. Whatever tickles the cockles of your heart is totally fine. You can do it however you want. All right, so there's this. Actually, I did it on the opposite side, which is totally fine. That's fine. All right, so I'm going to put it on like that. There we go. And now I'm going to put my little squares in. Now I have to tell you, the little hint about this is, I think it's better if you put the top one and the bottom one on so that you know what you've got to work with in the middle, so that you're going to be able to get it exactly at the right spacing. So here's the first one, and I'm going to put this on right up here, and I'm going to make this tip kind of go into that tip, just a tiny little smidgeola, just like that. Okay, there's one. Now I'm going to take this one. I have to say, these dies could be one of my favorite dies too. I don't know. Anyway, this is going to go again into the corner just like that, and press it. And then I'm going to take this one, and I'm going to put this one in. Hey, Beth, good morning. Now, you see what I mean? See, now I know how much I need to put this up, north, south, east, west, because I was able to put that there, and I've got that pretty much equidistant. So let me just turn this like this, like that, okay? So that looks pretty darn good to me. Perfect. There we go. Now, the next thing I shall do is I'm going to take my little red hearts, and I'm going to take my red ink, what did I do with my ink? Here it is right here. And I'm going to put some hearts on this. This is from the Country Bouquet stamp set, which is an oldie but a goodie. I love it. I absolutely love that. And of course, I just got red ink on me. I get ink all over the place. All right, so I'm going to put one there, and I'm going to put one here, and then I'm going to put another one here. And then I'm going to take the word that says with love, and I'm going to put it right down here, like that. How cute is that? Adorable. Whoops, let me bring that in so you can see. All right, now what we're going to do is I'm going to cover this up because I get more ink on me than Carter has peanuts. Okay, all right, now I shall add some adhesive to these. The back side of this designer paper is beautiful too. I love our designer paper. We're very fortunate Stampin' Up! Because the paper that the designers, the artists who create these things are pretty darn talented. All right, and then I'm going to put this one on the bottom. I could have put it, any way I wanted, but that's what I chose to do. And I'll put this gold one here. And as I said, these were with the Meant to Be dies. All right, so there's that. Now I shall add some adhesive here. I still have so much. It's really embarrassing how much. Whoops. Okay, well, I guess we're all out of that. I've got another one right here. I have a lot of snail from a long, long time ago. All right, let me take the base. I need to fold the base, get this all scored. I mean, it's already scored, and I just need to get it all folded nicely. Hey, Carol, thank you for joining in this morning. Carol's my sister, my favorite sister in the whole world. She's my only sister, but if I had other sisters, she would still be my favorite because she's the best. All right, there we go. She came over yesterday, and she helped me organize on the computer. She did some amazing work on the computer for me. I'll tell you all about that in a couple of weeks. But anyway, okay, so that's on. Now, of course, I have to take my Winky. How big are the small squares? This is the smallest in the perennial. This is 1 3/8 square, Jan. Do you have these perennial dies? I mean, postage dies? They're great. There are tons of them in there. I don't even know how many. My desk is such a mess, and I didn't have time this morning to clean it. But anyway, so there's that. I'm just adding a little bit of Winky to these. And I have to be really careful when I do this. I'm really surprised I'm talking when I do this, because red ink is one of those inks that can gush a little bit. And so I have to be careful with Wink of Stella, because you see, I don't know if you can see on my grid paper, that the ink will run a little bit, and I don't want it to run on my card, so I have to be careful. There, ta-da, done. Okay, now the inside, I'm going to say, Happy St. Valentine's Day. So let me open this up, and let me move this and get my stamp and get my PS pad, which I didn't use the PS pad on the hearts. Shame on me. But there are no mistakes in Stampin' Up. It came out okay. There we go. Now, let me make sure that I have this the right way. I do. And I'll bring this down like this, and there we go. Perfect. Look at that. Happy Valentine's Day. So there is that card. And that's one we're going to be doing next week. And I am going to stamp, where's my little stamp, on the envelope. Well, I don't know where it's gone. It's hiding. It's hiding. My envelope's hiding. But anyway, on the envelope, I'm going to stamp these hearts. How cute will that be all over it? But that's that card. Okay. So now let's get to this one. Oh my gosh. Let's get to this. Here is the Happy Valentine's favor. Now, I'm going to show you from start to finish how you do this, because I have some long distance people, like my friends in Canada, who might want to make this, and, you know, they can't just kind of get on a plane and drop over. I would love it if Jan and Beth could come, and I would love it if Barbara Stratton could come, and I would love it if, let's see, who else, and, you know, let's see, anybody. It doesn't matter where you're from. I would love it if you come here. But anyway, all right, let's get started. So let me bring all this stuff in. Enough of the verbosity. Okay, so I have all of the little pieces cut out, because I do have a lot of people coming to my class for this. This is a hot item, and people really love this. But the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of red cardstock. This red cardstock is 2.5 inches by 8.5 inches, and it has to be scored at the 3 inch and 5.5 inch mark. All right, so that's that. Once it's scored, you're going to take it and you're going to fold it, and you need to have a nice crisp fold like this. Perfect. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to take the piece of gold foil paper. Now this is a piece that I know, Jan, I wish you could too. This is the 3-inch squares. I forget what it's called, stitched squares or something like that. But anyway, what you're next going to do is take this with some tear tape. Tear tape is really wicked strong. It's going to really serve this purpose beautifully, because you need to make sure that this is going to stick, and that that it's going to stick to the gold foil, because gold foil, metallic paper, it has a impervious finish to it, so you want to make sure that this is going to stick. I've never actually tried it with a Tombow, but I don't know, it might work. I've never tried it. Maybe I should try it, and then that would be another option for people. But right now we're going to use the tear tape. All right, so we'll pull this off. And now the only trick to this is you want to make sure you only really have one shot at this. You want to get this east, west, north, south on that gold foil paper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the top down. I'm going to bring this up, and I'm going to eyeball it here. Now I know, because I've done a million of them, and if you can see here, that the tip of this, let me show you. Let me see if I can get this in better. Okay. The tip of the red triangle needs to go in the middle of this circle, half circle. So like this. It's going to go just like that. Now I'm confident that that's okay. So I'm going to press that down. I'm going to lift this up, and whoa, it's a little bit off. It's a little bit off. I don't know. Can I save it? Let me see. Oh no. Heavens to Betsy. Let me see if I can do this. You know what? That's all right. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to risk ruining it. It's only off by 1/8 of an inch, and so we're going to make that the back side. See that? Okay? It's off a tiny little bit, but it's okay east-west. It's just north-south is a little bit different, but that's okay. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of white, basic white cardstock that I cut out with the nested abilities, or whatever it's called, dies. I should have that right here. I'm apologizing for not having all of the names of these dies, but I will, from now on, always have the dies right here on my grid paper so you can follow in, especially when I'm doing this exactly step by step. All right, so I've bisected and done a score line. So now I'm going to fold it, and I'm going to use my bone folder to get that crisp fold. Now you will notice it's going to be off a little tiny bit, and the reason that that is off like that is because this piece is actually 4 and, let's see, it's 14 sixteenths, almost. So it's going to be off a tiny little bit, but that does not matter one single iota. It does not matter. All right, so, but the piece that is longer is going to be the front piece. So now on the front piece, I have already pre-cut these hearts from the meant to be die set. It's a very intricate heart. So what I did was I did use the Sizzix adhesive on the back. You can see that little piece. So now I'm going to very carefully pull this off, and that comes off very nicely. And then I'm going to take my pick-me-up tool, because there are some little pieces here that need to be popped out. See that? And I'm not going to use the brush, because the brush with the foam pad, because if I did that, I would be putting it on the foam pad and it would stick to the foam pad. So you just have to be a little bit, you know, persnickety about not persnickety about, you have to have a little finesse to get these off. But see, it comes off, not a problem. I'm almost done. Just poke those right out like that. Just make sure you get them all off. Usually they're sticking to me all over the place. They have a little bit of static to them too, so they fly. But this was a project that we did at that scrapbooking event last week, and they really just loved it. It's so cute. And I've only got a certain number of these. I'm getting orders every day. Some people want me to make them for them, which I am doing. And then some people want to come to my class and make them. So, you know, it's the best of both worlds. So this is almost done. Whoops. And, ooh. Boy, this one's got a lot. That Sizzix tape is wicked sticky, which is good. We want it to stick. But sometimes it just takes a minute or two to get this off. All right. There we go. I want to make sure they're all off, because if they're not off, then you're going to have this funny little piece of paper, and it's not going to look as perfect as we like it to be. Not that we're perfect. We're pretty darn close. All right. Okay. Whoa! I got some here. See, they're sticking to me like crazy. All right. Here's one more. And one more here. Sorry, this is taking a little bit of time, but that's okay. Today is a day where we're going to play. All right. There we go. Come on, you silly little piece of paper. All right. There we go. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, and I am going to put it on this. Whoa, this. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. All right, there we go. All right, here we go. Now, let me get these out of the way. Jeepers. All right. And now I'm going to put this on right here like this. I'm going to make sure I get the tip of the heart down right at the bottom like that. And I'm going to press this down. And let that Sizzix adhesive meet that basic white cardstock. Give it a good Valentine kiss and say, we are now united. All right, now, of course, you know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to take my Winky and I'm going to color this. And I'm just going to use the tip of it because I just don't want to get, you know, even if I get a little bit inside, that's okay. I don't care. Oh, look. There's a little spot right there. Let me see if I can get that up with my take my pick tool. Okay, we're good. All right. So, oh, did that fly? Oh my God, there we go. All right, so there we go. Just gonna color this in to give it a little bit of shine, and then there we go. Perfect. All right, there's that. Lovely. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of this gold twine. Now on my sample, what I did was I took the twine and I made it into one big loop. And I'm actually going to do that, but first I need to put a piece. I've got to come back and get some tear tape here. And I'm going to get two little pieces, probably about an inch long. And I'm just going to put it right in the middle like that. See? Like this. And I'm going to take this one off first and overlap this. Look at that little piece. It won't show. It doesn't matter. It's fine. But it sticks all over the place. All right. But that adhesive paper, Sizzix adhesive sheets, is great. All right. So there's that. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold this in half like this. And I'm going to put these edges right in the middle of that, like this. Okay, press it down really, really good with my fingernail. There we go. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I've already gone ahead and stamped Happy Valentine's Day and Be My Valentine. So I'm going to take this and with the real red ink, and I'm going to take my red dauber. And then what I did was I stamped it and then I just bubble cut it out, free cut it out. And I'm just going to add a little bit of color because it's going to be on a white background. So I wanted it to pop up just a little bit. So let's do this. There's one, and then here's the Happy Valentine's Day. There's plenty of ink on here to get that all done like that. Cute, cute, cute. All right, now let me move this out of the way and cover this up because once again, you know how I am. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some dimensionals and I'm going to put some dimensionals on both of these because I want it to pop up. How cute is this going to be? Very, very popular. People are really excited about this. Now on this one, I am going to cut the edges of this to make it so that you don't see any adhesive on the other side, because that wouldn't look very good, would it? All right, there's that. And then this. We're almost done. I know I'm taking a lot of your time today, but because I had 3 projects, but I wanted to, we had to get started on Valentine's Day, and even though I've been doing a lot of Valentine's stuff for my customers, I needed to get it out on the net here. All right, so here is this. So my Happy Valentine's Day is going to go right on top of this, and I'm just going to plant it wherever I want it like that. Okay, perfect. Now, what I think I'm going to do, and this, I just decided this a few minutes ago, I'm going to cut this, and then I'm going to cut this one, and then I'm going to cut this one, and I'm going to cut this one. Now, I don't know if I like it better or not, but it's still kind of cute. I like it. This one's the loop, and this one's not. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little hearts, which I punched out with my little heart punch, and I'm going to take my smaller dimensionals and put them on with that. I think I've got 3, yep, 3 on each side. So there's that, this, and this. All right. And you just plant them wherever you want them. I'm going to put one up here in the corner, like this. Kind of angle it, and I'm going to do that one, this one. Again, angle it. And I think I'm going to do that one there. And then I'm going to do one on the bottom, like this. How cute is this? Like that. Okay, now that part is done. Oh, the back. I got to put this on the back. So on the back, this is what I did. Now on yours, you may not want to put anything on the back because maybe you want to write, you know, to someone and make a little message and sign your name. But for purposes of demonstration and for purposes of maybe you like it this way and you just have to put your name on the back, I'm going to put this on like this. And I'm going to angle it like that. And then my little hearts, these little hearts, I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to put on with just snail adhesive. And there we go. There's 1 and 2 and 3. All right, let's put these on. So there's 1 there. Here's 1 here. And then here is 1 here. How cute is that? Okay, there's that. All right, now the next thing I'm going to do is I have a piece of designer paper with little hearts on it, and I have a piece of white cardstock. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to adhere that to the white cardstock. And easy. This measurement is, let me just tell you what this is. This is 2.5 by 1 7/8. And then this is obviously a little bit smaller. So we're going to put that on like that, east, west, north, south, make it sure it's perfect. And it is. All right. And then I'm going to take my base. I'm going to bring my base in. And here is the front, and here is the back. And now I'm going to put that on like this. Easy. We're almost done. Almost. Now you just want to make sure you have your hearts, if you're using this heart paper, that you have those in the right direction. I had somebody last week at the scrapbooking convention that did it upside down. But dental floss, we love dental floss. It takes it right off, not a problem. All right, now the next thing we do, we're going to put this on. So remember, we're going to put this is going to be the front section right here, like that. And that's the back. So we need to adhere the back. So I want you to make sure that you put your piece of red cardstock in and just see that it is within the east and west directions of the basic white cardstock by a 32nd of an inch. And it comes down to the tip. So that's where I'm going to put adhesive. I'm going to put adhesive here, 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 but not any further down. You want to make sure you get this on. And you want to make sure you're not going to have any on the sides. All right, so then we're going to bring this in, and we're going to put it in just like this. Ta-da! Like that. Press it down. Perfect. There we go. All right, so there's that. Now, the last thing we need to do is we need to get our Hershey Kiss. These Hershey Kisses I got at Walmart, and when I knew that they were on the shelves, I went right over to Walmart and I bought 60 of them because they go like hotcakes. So here it is. This is a 1.4 ounce solid Hershey chocolate. And in order to secure it to this, to your favor, you need to use some adhesive. And I would recommend, once again, tear tape. And you kind of have to be careful because this is foil. Tear tape is wicked strong, and you just want to put it on and very, very carefully tear the end of it off because you don't want to tear, obviously, the foil off because then you would be exposing your chocolate. So that's not what you want to do. All right, so there's that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to peel with my nail. You could use your take your pick tool. That will work very carefully. But again, be careful not to puncture that foil because that would expose the chocolate. All right, so there's that. So now it's all exposed. So now we open this up. And what I probably should have done first is just to put it on here so you would have gotten the understanding where the, you don't think you have Hershey's chocolates like this in Canada? Maybe I should send you some, Beth. Do you have Hershey chocolate at all? Anyway, all right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it down so that I know I've got it east, west, north, south. And once I have, then I press down like that. Perfect. And I'm going to come up from the back side and rub it. Give it a little massage. Give that chocolate. Yes, we just have the little ones and the very large ones. But I bet if you go to their website, you will see where they sell them. I can't imagine that they wouldn't have them. I know they have the Gigunda ones, but I bet you can find these. It's 1.45 ounces. All right, so then in order to keep this shut, initially I thought I would use magnets, but I decided not to use magnets. I think it's better to use the Velcro dots. So what I did was I took these dots, these actually were circles. I cut them in half and I kept them stuck together. So now I'm just going to take my utility scissors, cut this off, and then I'm going to take one of the edges off, one of the acrylic pieces off like this, keeping the Velcro things stuck together. Okay, so they're stuck together. Then I'm going to come in and I'm going to put it on the right here, on this tip right here, like this. All right. I'm going to press that down firmly so it sticks nicely to that basic white cardstock. And then I'm going to very carefully pull this piece of Velcro off and making sure that I hold the Velcro in under my thumbnail like that, because it's wicked sticky and it does want to stay stuck to that acetate. But anyway, now that it's there, I'm going to bring this in. I'm going to fold this right down like that. And as soon as it touches, I'm going to press really firmly. There we go, like this. Okay? And now your favor is done. Isn't that stinking cute? Look at how cute that is. Adorable, adorable, adorable. So when they open it, just tell them very carefully with their fingers to open it like this. The first time it's a little bit tight because it's brand new, but there you go. And so it fits just like that. How cute is that? Yeah, Jan, I bet, I wonder, I can't imagine that they wouldn't have it, especially have, oh, maybe Kinder Eggs would work. I've never worked with a Kinder Egg. But anyway, I'll do some research for you too on my end and see if that's a possibility. But anyway, these are the things that we're going to work on next week. Valentine favors, Valentine card, this one, and in 2 weeks I'll have another Valentine card, and then this sympathy card. So that's it for today, my friends. We've had fun. I hope you enjoyed these projects. They're lovely. I think they're lovely, and they will make people happy. And the sympathy card, I think, is just a beautiful, beautiful way to remember somebody and send some loving thoughts to someone. So anyway, that's it for today, my friends. Thank you for joining in. Kitty, I'm going to have to call you because I didn't see that you popped on. I'm a little nervous that we had a little transmission issue there. Yep. So anyway, oh, new comment. Let's see whose that is. Is it? Anyway. Oh, Nancy McDonald, thank you for dropping in from Hemet, California. How are things in California? I hope things are okay where you are. It's just terrible what's going on there. All right. Thank you all.